Thank you, Adrian, and a very good evening to you for another one of those nights that we will never forget. Matches of this magnitude are no longer isolated, sporadic occasions. There's nothing to dilute from its billing or potential significance. England in a third semi-final in 6 years, an extraordinary achievement in itself given the context of the previous half-century. These last 4 nights shape your memory with their heady mix of fading summer sun and nervous angst, making way for floodlit drama and the precarious tipping point between ecstatic celebration or more agonised heartbreak. The final so close, but still the wrong side of the step that's hardest to take. And high emotions never too far away either. And whether the tears are of jubilation, frustration, or those of a cautioned Geordie genius, these semi-final nights stay with you. You'll always remember the events that are about to unfold and where you were tonight. So after Wembley and Florence, Turin and Wembley, Moscow and Wembley yet again, now it's Dortmund's turn to witness England writing their history. And they line up like this: Pickford in goal, Walker, Stones and Gahey, Saka, Rice, Mainu and Trippier, Bellingham and Foden behind Kane. The Netherlands have played in the semi-finals in 2 of the last 4 World Cups, but this is their first visit to the Euro semis in 20 years. They have Verbruggen in goal, Dumfries, De Vrij, Van Dijk and Ake, Schouten and Reinders, Malen, Simons and Gakpo, with Depay up front. Referee is the German Felix Fein. England white shirts, dark blue shorts, and the Dutch in their customary all orange. It's been a month that's brought the latest of lifelines, occasional brilliance and perfect penalties. Euro 2024 has been a cocktail of the very good and the, well, let's say less so. But all that matters is what happens from here on in. Tournament history is littered with successes from teams that come to the Boyle Lake. Can England get the first of the 2 wins they need for footballing immortality? We're underway. England kicking from left to right on a thundery Dortmund night, but the rain has now abated. The smoke from the UEFA fireworks still billowing around the ground as John Stones heads the ball forward and Harry Kane battling in the midfield, just lost out the Reinders, and the first free kick of the evening goes the way of the Netherlands. I'm delighted to say that, as always, the England legend Stuart Pearce is alongside me. Stuart, good evening to you.
Evening to you, Jim. What a night's football we've got on. You can feel the nervousness around this ground. It's absolutely packed out. Both sets of fans in good voice, and I think we're in for a treat tonight. I really do.
Virgil van Dijk's got the ball out the back. He's controlling it, hitting it right-footed across to his centre-half partner, Stefan De Vrij. De Vrij, who scored a World Cup goal 10 years ago. Hasn't scored too many since, but did net the other day for the Dutch, a flying header against Turkey. Long ball played forward down the Dutch right. Marlen's offside. And it's a free kick which will be taken by England just outside their own penalty area. Quick bit of housekeeping. The shape for England, it is the back 3 again. Kieran Trippier playing at left wing back, but Bukayo Saka with an ultra high position at wing back on the right hand side.
Yeah, just a little bit offset there, as you would expect. Saka playing slightly further up than Trippier. No surprise there. And Gareth showing a bit of confidence in Mark Gahey. He's been one of our most consistent performers, I'd say, balling back into the fold. And the Dutch just showing there early, just turning Trippier round, and Marlen just straight offside.
Now Walker trying to nudge the ball past Cody Gakpo, who's been able to do that. Saka with a clever touch back in field for Mainu. Jude Bellingham inside the circle, trying to spray one out towards the far side. Simon's got in the way. Marlen now battling with Declan Rice. Arsenal past them present in direct confrontation. Declan Rice winning that battle, playing for Kieran Trippier, who had a higher starting position in that game against the Swiss than anybody else for England. Gahey to Stones, worked across towards Walker. England's ability to be able to switch the ball quickly, particularly out of this near touchline, the right-hand side, could be one of the keys to the game here tonight. Still 0-0 with 2.5 minutes gone on TalkSport. Declan Rice has got the ball on the edge of the centre circle.
Yeah, I've got to say, watching Manchester City this year, there's been occasion where wingers playing against them, they put Ake out here to deal with the wingers, and he's done particularly well when he has done so. So we just hope tonight Saka's a step too far for him. And England playing nice and cautiously here. I'd like to see us turn the Dutch round slightly, Jim, even this early stage.
England have a free kick that is just in Dutch territory. And Declan Rice is going to leave it for Mark Gahey to take. Just 3 wins in 10 games for England. And one of those not in regulation time. The Dutch coming into this on the back of 2 straight wins and 9 wins in their last 12 games. Kane dropping deep, flicked on by Mainoo. Foden trying to take it on. De Vrij dispossessed him. Van Dijk lays it back for his goalkeeper, and Bart Verbruggen, the Brighton keeper, put in immediate danger by England's press. Certainly scope for England to press more efficiently than they did the other day, but the Dutch will play through it. Will work it forward here with Simons. Marlon trying to take it inside the penalty area, but Mark Gahey got in between him and the ball and shepherded it back for Jordan Pickford.
Yeah, I think even at these early stages, the Dutch have showed that they're happy to turn England round quite quickly, either with a ball through the thirds or over the top. I think England should take a leaf out of their book on occasion.
Now Jude Bellingham picking up possession. A chance for him to run towards the edge of the penalty area. Harry Kane on his right foot. Not quite in the shooting position. But he can set up Bukayo Saka. Walker making a run on the overlap. Saka chipping it in towards the far post. It's headed away and brought down on the left-hand side of the penalty area by Kieran Trippier. He will go back for Declan Rice. 5th minute here in Dortmund, and it's 0-0. Rice playing it forward towards Phil Foden. Waiting for Kieran Trippier to make his run forward, and then when he released the pass, Trippier just too far forward draws the offside flag. Better from England though, that passage of play, but it is a free kick to the Dutch. 4.5 gone and 0.
Certainly was, Jim. Culminated in a good ball into the box, which the Dutch defended well with De Vrij at the far post. And it looks to me in these early stages this could be a very, very open game.
Controlling the ball on the edge of his own penalty area. Playing it back for Verbruggen. And there's no pressure here on the Dutch goalkeeper. Kane just standing, watching on the edge of the box, very circumspect. And allowing Verbruggen to play out from the back. This is something we've seen with Manuel Neuer in the past. The sides don't press him, but as soon as he releases it, then they will go after the next player to receive it. They want Neuer to play out. And maybe it's an England tactic against Verbruggen in a similar light here. Ake plays the ball through the midfield for the Dutch though, down towards Cody Gakpo, and he's been dispossessed well by Bukayo Saka. Saka able to play it forward into the feet of Harry Kane, who goes down. Referee acknowledges that. Was a foul. It's played the advantage with Saka still in possession. Plays it back for Rice. He will find Stones. And back on his feet. Walker. Ball for Bellingham. Down towards Kobbie Mainoo, and Ake follows him. Walker has it again and plays it back through the centre circle towards John Stones. Stones controls it. Gahey now out towards Kieran Trippier, who's inside his own half and tries to chip one on the swivel over the top of De Vrij. Bellingham expecting that, made the run, but the ball's overhit and it goes through for Bart Verbruggen.
Just looking at Simons' position there, he's sort of playing just behind Declan Rice, which might cause us a problem there. He's just got into the centre forward position now, and he's in the eye line of Mark Gahey, and he's been drawn forward, and that spacing behind him concerns me slightly at this stage.
So Simons, who's had a couple of assists in the competition already, playing ostensibly as a 10, but he's done well to dispossess Rice here, and he'll drive forward and hit it right-footed into the top left-hand corner. Brilliant start for the Netherlands. England backing off, and Simons has punished them emphatically. And in a tournament when England have tended to do things the hard way, they're going to have to do it the hard way again, because once more they concede first. 7 gone, England 0, the Netherlands 1, and already the Three Lions have plenty to do.
Well, no sooner as I mentioned the name Simons, he's got on the ball in that position that is a bit of a worry for me. We're a bit loose with our possession there. He got on the ball, and credit to him. He drove and he was stretching as he hit it. It was Rice who ended up going to ground. Simons drove in, and a hell of a strike. Pickford got fingers to it, but certainly not a strong enough hand to keep it out of the net, and this game has opened up.
A first competitive international goal for Xavi Simons, brilliantly hit. And the only saving grace really as far as England are concerned is that if you're going to go behind early and give yourself plenty of time to fight back. Long ball play forward from the back by Pickford. Chested down here by Bellingham on the edge of the Dutch penalty area. The Netherlands leading 1-0. Bellingham trying to drive it in right-footed. It's cleared. Out for Mark Gahey. Now played forward by Declan Rice to the England left-hand side. England this season have conceded first way more often than they've scored first. They've only lost 2 of the 8 in which they've gone 1-0 down. But they need a response. A little bit of head tennis, an individual game of head tennis there from Jude Bellingham as he picked the ball up, and he's gone down holding his head, and the referee immediately calling the England medical staff over so that he can receive whatever treatment is necessary. It's a bitter blow, a poor start.
It certainly is, and if we can just touch on that midfield lineup of the Dutch, it's Schouten and Reinders just playing a little bit deeper, and Simons, who was probably lined up to play behind Dupay, is just playing off to the left, sort of an inside right position, and that is behind Declan Rice, and that will cause us a problem because he's in the eye line of Mark Gahey. So does he go all the way and press him? Does he keep his position? And well, as soon as I mention that position, he's got on the ball, dispossessed Declan Rice and unleashed a hell of a shot.
I'll come back to that in a moment and get your thoughts on what should be happening and how England deal with this subtle tactical change from the Dutch. Bellingham is off the field and he's just having a white tissue applied to a nick just by his left eye. He's going to be able to continue in a moment. England will take this free kick. The Dutch have got a 2-man wall, which is nothing like 10 yards away. They're going to be asked to make their way back in a moment. Jelle Schouten, the Dutch midfielder, having picked up a bang to the head of that same incident, is also just leaving the field now, and he will receive more treatment. He's sitting down for his. Jude Bellingham standing up is going to be in a position to come on as soon as he's allowed to. Schouten isn't. So 10 against 10 for this England free kick, which Foden stands over. And Kieran Trippier is there as well. The Dutch, the Giants, have got 7 6-footers back inside their own penalty area preparing to defend this. England have only got 4 in there to attack it. 2 centre-halves and Kane and Rice. It's an away swinger from Foden. Ake's there to head it away. Finds Daniel Marlon, who will control it. Chip it over the top. Chasing after it, Bukayo Saka, and he's done really well. And then a little drop of the shoulder. And he's got the better of Gakpo. Gakpo comes back, shoves him over, and it's a free kick to England, 20 yards outside the penalty area, maybe not quite as far as that, just right of centre. Saka's had a good start of this game, 11 gone, England trailing 1-0.
Well, as previous games have told us, Saka's probably got to be the one that influences things on this right-hand side. He is the one that we've looked to in previous games to deliver or score himself, whichever it may be, and he is absolutely vital to England's cause at this moment in time. And probably I would have said the Dutch have started the game a bit more on the front foot, let's say, but certainly since the goal, England have come back into the game, and good clearance by Ake just previously cleared the danger for them.
So it's the same, 2 over the free kick. This time it's Kieran Trippier, a right-footed ball in towards the far post, chip back across the edge of the 6-yard box by a little Declan Rice flick. Kane couldn't get there in time. It's clear. The pocket of England fans over on that far touchline for a throw, to be taken down by the left-hand corner flag.
Clever free kick by England. Rice just peeling round the back on that occasion. He just hooked it back, but good defending by the Dutch.
Throw taken over on the England left. And as it was worked by Trippier back to Rice, he played in the immediate return ball and he was offside. So it's a free kick to the Dutch. Let's go back to what you were saying about Xavi Simons just the seconds before he scored the goal. How do England deal with the position that he's taking, peeling away off the shoulder of Depay?
Well, what we're seeing now is Declan Rice getting around him, and it's a situation where he is the one who looks as though he's linking play for the Dutch. Either Declan's got to drop back 5 yards and get goal side or get around him, or Mark Gahey's got to squeeze in. If he squeezes in,
as Kane tries one from distance and diving away to his right hand side, Verbruggen tips it away and it goes out for a throw.
Yeah, if Gahey's the one that squeezes in, all of a sudden there's a big space behind him. So I think it's Declan Rice's responsibility to be in and around him.
England with that throw, working through the midfield. Kobbie Mainoo down towards Stones. Stones just letting the ball run away from Memphis Depay, who these days is wearing a big white headband. Declan Rice picking up possession again. To his left-hand side for Mark Gahey. 13 minutes gone. England trailing the Netherlands by a goal to nil. The last semi-final didn't get off to a perfect start either against Denmark. England getting the job done on that particular occasion, one of only 2 that they've won in their history. The Dutch actually in their 11th major semi-final tonight. They won 1 out of 5 in the Euros, but 3 out of 5 in the World Cup. Kane to his right-hand side. Saka inside the penalty area, chopping it onto his left foot. Can he get the shot in? He can. It hit Ake, and then it's volleyed just over the bar by Kane, who was he caught in the process. He's down, writhing in pain inside the penalty area. No indication that there is a VAR check at this stage. Saka doing well, very patient. Got the left footed shot in, which hit Ake, and then it bounced for Kane, who fired it a scissor kick just over the bar. But on his follow-through, he clattered into Denzel Dumfries, and that's what's done the damage.
Yeah, he's done exactly that. He's hit it, but just hit it on the top of his foot, and it's just skied the ball. But Kane certainly saw the challenge coming, I think, and just held back on his follow-through. If he hadn't have done, I think he'd be in more serious trouble than he is at the moment.
Bastian Danke, another German official, is the VAR tonight. But there was no indication that they were looking at the incident, giving it any more than a cursory glance. Everything gets checked, of course. And Kane's back on his feet and is walking really gingerly.
They hurt. As I say, he's given the ball massive violence, there's no doubt about that. But he's just caught the studs of the defender, and it's really caused him a big problem. These are very, very painful.
And they are now saying that they're looking at it. And the fact that a couple of minutes after the event they're still looking at it is quite promising from an England perspective, and he's going to be called over to the pitch side monitor. Felix Zweier being told by Bastian Danke to look for himself, and this could result in an England penalty.
Well, certainly, I think it was Dumfries. His studs were up. There's no doubt that'll be a penalty. There's no doubt in my mind about that. The interesting thing, though, Jim, I'm not sure Harry Kane is in a position to take it potentially, but he won't want to give it to someone else. That is for sure.
Well, we're having a look at a freeze frame from a different angle that shows Dumfries stretching with his right foot. Kane volleying the ball past him. Dumfries leaning in. The referee's going to give it. Penalty to England. And a chance to get back on level terms within 10 minutes. Harry Kane winning the penalty will stride forward, and a man who missed one in the World Cup quarter-final against France has the chance to equalise for England. It will be a goal of immense personal significance and pick up a couple of very significant records, but it's all about what it means for the team. A yellow card is shown to Dumfries. Kane stands with the ball in his hand, Trippier next to him, and Van Dijk just having a little word as well. Verbruggen still nowhere near being back on his line.
No, you know what's going on here. The England players, Trippier and Bellingham, are getting in and around the penalty spot because they don't want the Dutch players digging the penalty spot up.
Harry Kane spots the ball down. In his career, he scored 20 penalties for England. this. Such a big moment. He missed one in the last Euro semi-final, but scored on the rebound. Harry Kane against Bart Verbruggen. A nation holds its collective breath. Kane is motionless. Breathes out, runs up, right-footed, and scores! Far into the bottom left-hand corner. England behind early, but back on level terms 10 minutes later. And in Dortmund, in a semi-final that has the makings now of being an epic. It is England 1, the Netherlands 1.
Well, let's start with the penalty first. An absolute magnificent penalty. He took a real blow to his instep, got up, put the ball right in the corner. Verbruggen's gone the right way. He was very, very close to it, but the pace just beat him, the accuracy beat him. I've got to say, Jim, England have come out since the goal they've conceded to show brilliant character, to get on the front foot and be more forceful attacking the Dutch.
Scored against Denmark. He got the winner against Slovakia. He scores the equalising goal in the semi-finals against the Netherlands with a brilliant penalty. He's now scored more goals in the knockout stages of the Euros than any other player in history. That one, number 6. And it's also made him the first player ever to score in successive semi-finals in the Euros since a couple of Russians did it back in the 1960s. Harry Kane's 66th goal for his country, one of the most important yet. It's 1-1 here in Dortmund on TalkSport.
What I hope now, Jim, is England don't take their foot off the accelerator. Keep forcing forward, keep going forward, and keep asking questions at this back line of Holland.
So Verbruggen brings it to the edge of his own penalty area, and he will play it through the midfield to Memphis Depay, who can take it on the turn, play it down towards Tiani Reinders. Walker saw that the ball was going to be fired down the touchline for Cody Gakpo, and was able to come out and block it and put it out of play for a throw that Nathan Ake is going to take with 20 minutes in.
Just equate this to club football. Individuals like Odegaard took up that position, and Fernandes at Manchester United that Simon's taking up at the moment, and he is the one person I think that's causing us a tactical problem in this game.
Ball is with Ake for the Dutch, just inside his own half. He's played it forward here for Jurgen Schouten. And Depay receiving the pass, can't control it cleanly. It's gone out of play for a throw that will be taken on the England right by Kyle Walker. In motion to take it and try and hurl it over the top of Ake's head for a run from Saka, and then it's just a decoy, went back for Stones. Stones controlling it just inside his own penalty area. Has the chance to bring it forward. 1-1 then with 20 minutes gone. Simons on 7, Kane from the spot on 18. Winners taking on Spain in Berlin on Sunday night. Build up at 6 ahead of an 8 p.m. kickoff from the Olympic Stadium on TalkSport, the only station that's brought you live commentary from all 51 games in the tournament. John Stones has possession. The play through the centre circle, and Mark Gahey works it out to the England left-hand side for Kieran Trippier. Trippier back for Gahey again, big space in front of him. Kobbie Mainoo just comes and gets into that now.
Just looking at our build-up, we're building up more as a 4 than ever we are as a 3 in the last game, if you notice. Gahey playing on the left, Stones sort of playing right central, and Walker's almost a fullback.
Mainoo chipping the ball forward, it's headed away by Schouten, but not the best header. Harry Kane will drift out towards the left flank and be able to pick it up. High ball in from him, great crossfield ball for Walker, who controls the right hand side of the box and just tried to play it back for Mainoo. Maybe needed to ping that in with pace, slightly further towards goal than he did. Ultimately the ball goes out of play for a throw that will be taken on the Dutch left, just shy of the midway stage of the first half. All the European nations that England have faced 20 times or more, they've got their worst win percentage against the Dutch. Just one win in the last 9 internationals between these two. And Jesse Lingard got the winner for the Three Lions in one of the relatively early games of Gareth Southgate's reign in Amsterdam back in 2018. High working at 4, Trippier knocking it away. Picked up in the midfield by Jude Bellingham, finding space. Little pirouette, full 360. Now Phil Foden's got it. Comes back for Kane. Kane deeper towards Kyle Walker on halfway down for Foden. Maynard taking it on the turn. Kane ahead of him, wants it in defeat. Slipped it in for Phil Foden. Foden trying to get goal side, wriggling his way through. And it's cleared off the line. That a moment of mastery, but no end product. Foden inches, if that, away from giving England the lead.
Yeah, Maynard done brilliantly there. Foden done brilliantly. They sort of run the ball through the back line, got out the other side. Foden got it almost stuck between his legs and couldn't get it out quick enough. And by the time he did, there was a recovery of a defender.
Now Saka, great run forward here from Kieran Trippier. Takes it down on the turn, plays it inside the penalty area. From the spot, it's cleared by De Vrij. Foden winning it back, recycling it. Rice working it out of the right. England playing with a zip that we've seldom seen in this tournament. Sparked, I think, by the concession of the early goal. They played well since. Walker's offside here. And it's going to be a free kick which will be taken by the Dutch.
Jim, I've got to say, the Netherlands, you can play through them. You know, I've bemoaned the Dutch being able to play through us on occasion, certainly earlier in the game, but there is a situation here where we're finding it very easy to play through them and open up the back lines.
Sure, I'm sorry, I say that he was offside. He wasn't. There were two balls on the pitch, one thrown in by the Dutch fans just as it came down towards Walker. And so the referee stopped the game for that reason, restarted with a drop ball. But the ball hiatus, of course, allowed the Dutch to regain their defensive shape. It's something that is becoming increasingly prevalent in this tournament. The supporters doing that. Here's Declan Rice. Long crossfield ball. Sent spinning out towards the right-hand side for Walker. Walker having his best game of the tournament so far. Foden to Maynard. Back for Phil Foden again. Foden taking it on his left foot, then checking. Back away from Cody Gakpo. Getting it onto his right. Foden making the run through the middle. Walker tried to find him, couldn't do so. Wins it back with a header that finds Stones. Stones to Declan Rice in the centre circle. On towards Kobbie Mainoo. It's 1-1 here on TalkSport. With Simons giving the Dutch the lead and Harry Kane equalising from the spot. Saka played towards the edge of the penalty area. Kane trying to take the ball on the turn, couldn't do so. Simons has worked it back to his goalkeeper. Verbruggen will clear towards halfway. Rice should get there first, he does, but just deflects a header out towards the far touchline and Kane comes back to meet it. He then goes to ground looking for a foul. The referee thought that he was looking for a foul and didn't give him one, but Foden has won it back temporarily, and was he then pulled back by Dumfries? The referee says no, but the significance of that decision is that if he gives a free kick against Dumfries there, he's really got to send him off, because it would be a bookable offence if he judged that to be a foul.
Yeah, I've only seen it the once, Jim, but for me there wasn't enough in that. I think the two players come together.
Ball over the top towards the edge of the penalty area. Dutch winning the seconds and Rangers works it out to the right hand side. Xavi Simons, cross that hits Rice, ricochets back out for Rangers. Rangers down towards the right forward, Denzel Dumfries. 25 minutes gone, 1-1. And here's Dumfries again with a cross that is Phil Foden, Kieran Trippier, I beg your pardon, and goes out for a throw that will be taken over on the far touchline. Just having another look at the Phil Foden chance where he darts through, and the still on the goal line technology shows that some of the ball was over the line, not very much of it, probably only about 10%, clearly all of it has to be. But he was close, very close, inches away from giving England the lead for the first time tonight. Reinders. Inside left position for a moment. Out towards Cody Gakpo. He's got a chance to run at Bukayo Saka. He's laid it back for Nathan Ake. Gakpo on the edge of the penalty area. Just waiting for Ake's run. It didn't come where he wanted it to go, so he's laid it back for Van Dijk. Now Stefan De Vrij. De Vrij out towards enigmatic Simons, the man that Stuart detailed very early on was causing England problems with his movement, and within moments he scored. Van Dijk has it again, down towards Ake. Sake's 20 yards outside the box. Back behind square for Van Dijk. Dijk's on the edge of the centre circle as he picks up possession. Lays it to his right-hand side for Stefan de Vrij into Milan. Now Denzel Dumfries. Back to de Vrij again. Depay trying to take the ball on the half turn. Can't do so. Rice just stands in the way. Feeds Bellingham. Bellingham holding it up. Then works down towards the right-hand side for Saka. And England have the chance for a counter-attack here with the Dutch backing off. Saka's got Ake right in front of him. But he can work it in towards Kobbie Mainoo. Mainoo to Walker. Then back to Mainoo again. Foden taking the ball on the half turn. Flicking off to his left-hand side. And Bellingham just couldn't get it under control. It's gone through to Verbruggen.
I tell you, he's having brilliant impact in this game, Phil Foden. You know, it's unfortunate not to score. He's linking with all the players. Saka, Mainoo. He's looking very, very sharp tonight.
I think by his own admission he would feel that he was due an excellent game in this tournament. Somebody that we have been talking about at length. And he's having a fine game so far, Phil Foden. Winning his 40th cap for England tonight, at the age of just 24. Dutch have won the ball back. Memphis Depay, much more experienced international even than that. Bringing it forward, 3 against 3 for a moment. Good movement from Marlon. But the two England defenders came across and converged on him very quickly. And Walker and Gahey between them could sandwich him and make a block. It's gone out of play for a corner, the first of the night.
Yeah, good defending there. Gahey sliding back across with Stones, I think. And just managed to block out the threat. But this game is such an open game, it really is.
So this Dutch corner will be taken by Memphis Depay. And this is an area where the Dutch will always feel that with their height they can really cause problems. We've seen that throughout the course of this tournament so far, their ability to make first contact on attacking set pieces. Stefan de Vrij, one of the principal protagonists, stands third in a line of 4 orange shirts in the edge of the area waiting to attack this, and it's headed towards goal. And it's hit the top of the bar from Denzel Dumfries' header. Really good delivery. Had that been creeping under, Pickford might just about have had it covered. Actually, he might not, having seen the replay. But it's hit the top of the bar and bounced over, and it stays 1-1.
I've got to say, that was a magnificent leap and a magnificent header. He was craning, he was coming away from goal, he's generated the power. The only thing he didn't do was get it 6 inches lower, thank goodness.
Mainoo. Play forward by Mainoo towards Foden. Threatening skies overhead again, and we've seen over the course of this tournament that in Dortmund, as soon as the black clouds roll in, then the torrential rain can soon follow. Dry at the moment though, there's still plenty of watery sunshine away to our right. Walker into the feet of Kobbie Mainoo. Played exactly half an hour. It's raced by. 1-1 the score. Stones to his left-hand side for Mark Gahey. Gahey works it back for Jordan Pickford. He will take a touch and bring it outside the penalty area for Stones again. Stones bringing it on some 15 yards, 20 yards. Still able to go. Venturing forward. Works it intelligently out towards Trippier. Trippier to Foden. And then back again.
Foden's the one, Jim, that they've got to keep feeding. Him, Mainoo, Saka, they've all started this game on absolute top quality form. Keep feeding the players that are on form.
Kane gets it again. Kane right-footed almost, got it through towards Bellingham, and then Foden was lurking with intent. Cleared by the Dutch once more. Recycled by Walker. Finding Saka, gets to the byline, stands it up for the far post, but it's too deep. Trippier will try and make something of that and has done well. He's got there ahead of Donyell Malen. Trippier going forward, pushing Malen back. That's an area that England are having a bit of joy at the moment. Declan Rice chipping it down towards the near touchline, the England right-hand side, where Saka's controlling. Into the feet of Phil Foden on his left foot. Oh, he's hit the outside of the post. And both sides have now hit the woodwork in the space of 3 minutes. But Foden is properly up for this.
I'll tell you what, this kid is on form. This is what we've been expecting from Phil Foden, and he's delivered it on the best stage possible. Really is a great effort from him. Just opened his foot up, killed it, just didn't come back in enough.
That's the second time that he's hit the post in this tournament. 13 minutes to go to half-time here on TalkSport. And Virgil van Dijk will take the free kick and go to his right-hand side for Jordan Pickford. Brugge clearing his lines. And now Van Dijk whacking it forward. High ball over the top, which is brought down by Mark Gahey. Gahey to Kieran Trippier, and it goes back for Gahey again. And down towards John Stones. Stones forward towards the feet of Phil Foden. Foden dropping deep. You liking what you're seeing, sir?
Unbelievable. If I'm in a white shirt tonight playing for England, I just keep giving Phil Foden the ball. He's been absolutely magnificent. Mainu as well is playing with supreme confidence, and I think the England team have just grown in confidence as this game's gone on.
And Foden's done well again. He was fouled there by Reinders. The ball fell at the feet of Kobbie Mainoo. Tries a little reverse through towards Harry Kane. It doesn't come off and will go through to the Dutch goalkeeper. There, Brugge. It's high time that we caught up with our England correspondent Faye Carruthers, who is down pitch side behind the goal that Jordan Pickford is defending in this first half. Faye, what have you made of it so far?
Oh, it's been spectacular to watch so far, and actually that Phil Foden shot a moment ago, I was right behind that, and it was so close, going for the top corner. He's been brilliant, on fire as the fans are singing.
Well, you're not missing anything because Memphis Depay has gone down, hurt on the edge of the centre circle. And so Gareth Southgate has called the England players over towards him. Walker and Pickford haven't come. Kieran Trippier stayed over on the far touchline. Everybody else coming over, and Gareth's just got his hand on the shoulder of Declan Rice at the moment. But he'll be delighted with what he's seen, because in the biggest game that England have played in this tournament, they've played their best football of the tournament by some distance.
They've been absolutely super. Since the goal's gone in for Netherlands, they've come out, they've got the bit between their teeth, and they've gone after the Dutch. And to be honest with you, there have been some brilliant performances within the England ranks. I'll tell you what, they've done extremely well as well. We get tied up with formations, 3 at the back, 4 at the back. England basically are building up with a 4 and then dropping back into a 3/5 when they're defending, and it's getting an extra man in advanced areas. We're getting Walker up the pitch a bit further, Trippier up the pitch, and we're overloading those midfield areas where Foden's getting on the ball with Mainu.
Well, the Dutch are having to make a change here, and Memphis Depay isn't in a position that he can continue. Joey Veerman is the player that replaces him, and that's not a like-for-like swap. Often they will make a change and bring Weghorst up front, often take Bergwijn off, and the player will drop back in at 10. And so what they've done now is put Marlon up front, and Veerman has come on in the heart of the midfield. Veerman was the player that you remember went off. He was hooked up by Ronald Koeman and sat on the bench in tears after being withdrawn at about this stage of the game for tactical reasons against Austria. He's got a chance for a little bit of personal catharticism tonight. Stones, bring the ball towards the edge of the centre circle, will just take it into the Dutch half for a moment, and I think the Dutch possibly have made a tactical change with this.
They have. They're playing lopsided. They've almost said, well, the English aren't a threat down the left-hand side, so we're going to play overloaded, put an extra midfield player on, because they know they're having big problems with Mainu, Foden and Saka on this side of the pitch.
And that was when Austria were able to dominate the Dutch. It happened in the midfield in the same kind of way that it's happening here, slightly more centrally in that game. So England will bring the ball forward again. 9 to go to half-time. It's 1-1 here on TalkSport. Jude Bellingham towards the edge of the penalty area. And Bellingham just shuffling the ball from his right foot to his left, and then trying to work it briskly out towards Trippier, but slightly behind him. And he goes out for a throw. Bellingham back on his old stomping ground where he had so much success. Claiming that he should have had a free kick there. Nothing was given. It's a throw to the Dutch in their right-back position.
Nothing in that. Good decision by the referee. And this overload now with the Dutch playing just lopsided to the left. England have got to make sure they exploit the left-hand side as well as the right.
Now the Dutch will be able to bring it forward, and all the England defenders got drawn into a central position. Gakpo trying to make the most of that. Did his best to work it to his left for the run of either Veerman or Simons. Couldn't find either of them. England are going to be able to bring it away. But when the Dutch can turn over possession and they break forward quickly, there are always problems for England, or potential problems. Under the majority of possession up to this point. We've played 37 minutes. And they've had 3 shots on target so far. And that's more than in any other half of football that they played in the Euros. And we'll bring the ball forward with Bellingham. Laid back for John Stones. Stones to his right-hand side for Kyle Walker. Walker forward for Kobbie Mainoo. Mainoo, good ball between the lines there for Phil Foden on the corner of the penalty area. Foden will turn, get it onto his left foot, lay it back for Mainoo again. Foden to Rice, and towards Kieran Trippier. 7 to go to half-time at 1-1 in a game in which England fell behind early, but equalised from the penalty spot more than 10 minutes later with the award of a penalty that I know is going to polarise opinion. I've had the word from England fans on my phone saying that they just didn't believe it was a penalty. I think it was. I think that Adrian probably thinks it was as well. But it's a major talking point. You can understand some of the frustration in the eyes of the Dutch supporters. It was given as a foul by Dumfries on Kane. Stones, lovely crossfield ball, goes out towards the England left-hand side. Phil Foden able to bring it forward. Foden towards the edge of the penalty area, slipping it back towards Kobbie Mainoo. Walker's made a good run inside the box, chests it down. In doing so, it forced him back out to the right-hand side of the penalty area. Ball comes to a standstill. He rolls it into the feet of Mainoo. Clever backheel flick from him onto Foden's left foot, and another shot on target. But Bruggen had plenty of time to see it. Dived down to his right-hand side and made a relatively comfortable save.
I'll tell you what, there's 2 young men in England shirts out there in Foden and Mainoo that are just enjoying their football tonight. They're playing with no nerves, they're getting on the ball, they're dictating the game. The Dutch midfield are all over the place, to be quite honest with you. They don't know how to deal with them. And I think Koeman's put that extra midfield player in there to try and balance things up, and I'm not sure it's working a great deal.
Possession 65-35 in England's favour. And they're making it pay. All shots on target, 7 attempts in all. Have come to the boil, or certainly towards the boil, in Euro 2024 on this steamy night in Dortmund. High ball over the top, headed away by John Stones. And then Guéhi will find Trippier, who quickly nudges it forward towards Declan Rice. 5 to go to half-time, and for all that England have been dominant and much the better side over the last 27-28 minutes, it is still 1-1. The England supporters that you can hear, though, by and large, and they're the ones that are furthest away from us in this ground, over to our right. It's the end that England are attacking in this first period. Kane very deep, almost between the centre halves as he picks that up. Pings one out towards the left for Kieran Trippier's run. Backheel flick from him. Good first touch to Jude Bellingham. Back out for Trippier again. Trippier for Kane, still in space on his right foot. Right-footed ball inside the penalty area, headed away by Van Dijk. And then Mainoo again does well. Sticks out a right foot to win it back. Right-footed shot from him. It's Ake, and he's going to go out of play down by the corner flag, but for a throw, which will be taken on the England right-hand side. So night in which Kobbie Mainoo is really coming of age in an England shirt. His best international performance today.
Well, he certainly is. We hear information from the camp that he's an outstanding individual and he does things that kids of his age don't do, and he's certainly expressing that this evening.
As England are flagged offside, no higher a compliment that was paid to him than by Paul Scholes. He was talking about the comparison between the two, and he said, don't be so ridiculous. He can do things that I couldn't even dream of doing when I just turned 19. High praise indeed. Here's Virgil van Dijk, 3.5 to go to half-time. There's going to be probably 2 or 3 minutes added on at the end of the first period, and the Dutch with a loose touch, Simons down towards Dumfries, couldn't find him. He had so much of an impact early in the game, but England have been able to negate that And the Dutch have gone back into their shell, so he's not getting any possession at all now.
Well, we've dominated the ball. That's why he's had no impact in the game at all. And Declan Rice, I think, has just dropped back those extra few yards and is aware of him now. So they just haven't had the ball. And Foden and Mainu have dictated the tempo of this game. They've been magnificent, apparently.
Beautiful sunset here in Dortmund. Red sky at night. Southgate's delight. Well, we'll find out as the evening progresses, but at the moment England with everything but the lead. Walker going back for Stones. It's inside the centre circle of play at forward towards Mark Gahey. Stones has scored it again, continuing this run that he shares with Jordan Pickford. He starts at major tournaments. This is 25th in a row. Rice now inside the centre circle to Jude Bellingham. Bellingham back for Stones. Kobbie Mainoo just for a moment made an advanced third man run in behind Vermont, who hadn't picked him up. But the long ball over the top wasn't forthcoming. England have retained possession though, working it from Foden back for Stones to Declan Rice. Rice to his left hand side for Mark Gahey, to Rice again. England looking for a progressive ball, yet to find one in this particular passage of play. They've got options to the left. Jude Bellingham wanting the ball into feet. Rice has neglected a play in that pass. Bellingham will now make a run out towards the left hand side. The Fry's gone with him and has won the ball back. Bellingham then quickly picks his pocket and gets it back. Works it inside the penalty area with a slightly scuffed effort which almost felt Kane's way. And the Dutch back line get it away again. 90 seconds left in the first half. Declan Rice in possession. It's found Kyle Walker with John Stones. Don't forget that following us, you have your say to England potentially making their first ever final on foreign soil on the Sports Bar. Taking your calls here on TalkSport. We'll have all the reaction from here as well, though. England correspondent Faker Rother speaking to Gareth Southgate and the men that matter. Bellingham towards the edge of the penalty area, flicking it out to his left. Trippier, Rice wants it, made a good run forward. Stepping up from the defensive line, Schouten was able to knock it away. They will come back for Walker. Walker playing with past Vermont. And to the left for Bellingham. Bellingham faced up by Reinders. Trying to get towards the byline, realised that was actually a little cul-de-sac, so he's come back out again. Rice back for Walker, flicked into space for Harry Kane, who's made his way forward now out to the England right-hand side. He's much more influential tonight, Kane, than he's been so far in this tournament. Saka bringing it forward, he's 10 yards outside the penalty areas, he gets it onto his left foot. Can he get a shot in? He can't as yet. Reinders has seen to that, but he can play in Bellingham to Trippier. First time ball in, and if he cleared for Bruggen, Foden would have had a header into an empty net. But he couldn't clear him, and it remains 1-1 in the closing moments of the first half.
Jim, the English players have shaken to the core this Netherlands side, I think. The only thing we haven't done is get our nose in front, and that's my only concern. We've got such an ascendancy in this game, but we've not got our nose in front.
Well, there is a feeling that the Dutch will surely be better in the second half. We're in 3 minutes of added time. Vermont to Schouten, Reinders, Harry Kane and every other England player back behind the ball as the Dutch bring it forward. They haven't had too much possession in England territory so far. Ake laying it back, and Simons in his yellow boots comes back with Kobbie Mainoo, lays it back for Virgil van Dijk. Van Dijk goes to his right for De Vrij. And England now will push forward and keep a higher defensive line as the Dutch work it back towards halfway. Van Dijk still got it. Kane keeping away the right on him, and he's standing at 5 or 6 yards, but not engaging any further upfield than that. So the Dutch are able to relatively easily play it down to the left-hand side of the midfield for Vermont. Back from him to Van Dijk. Van Dijk into the blonde head, Jerry Schouten. 15 yards outside the penalty area, the Dutch will work it through towards De Vrij. They just try to keep possession here and get themselves through towards half-time. Now they work it forward a little bit more effectively. Simons down for Nathan Ake. Midway through the 3 additional minutes at the end of the first half here on TalkSport at 1-1. Tim Bradford and Stuart Pearce talking through the action here in Dortmund tonight. Reinders. Bellingham trying to cut out the pass, which you can see they wanted to work towards Marlon. Has gone to Marlon now by De Vrij out towards Denzel Dumfries on the right-hand touchline. Declan Rice has also won international caps for another nation. Had a few for Aruba at the beginning of his career. Dumfries has got it again. Chance for him to run at Kieran Trippier, and Trippier just wouldn't let him past. Loose ball ricocheting further upfield, but picked up quickly by Veerman. Still England on the back foot, and they haven't been on the back foot too frequently in this game. The Dutch with better and their most sustained spell of possession, arguably, in the entire match so far. But they're on halfway with it, and for all the fact they've had the ball for 90 seconds, they've just been going sideways. Now they'll try and bring it forward again. Little layoff by Simons for Ake. Ake's level with the edge of the England box with 40 seconds to go. Play forward towards Ake again, trying to run around the back of Kyle Walker. He's done really well to keep it in. Walker, make sure that he didn't dive in as Gakpo brought it away. Veerman angled in off the top of Ake's head, and Trippier gives Pickford a shout to leave it. He'll go over the line and out of play for a goal kick, and that goal kick might be the last touch of the first half. Hugely engaging stuff, a really good spectacle, Stuart, and England have stepped up to the plate.
They certainly have. Ever since the ball hit the back of our net for a 1-0 deficit, England have been brilliant. It's been led by Mainu and Foden and Saka. They've been absolutely superb. The Dutch and Koeman have ended up making a change to try and stop this overload that England have had, but I don't think they've done that, and the only detriment we've got is we haven't been able to extend the lead.
The most important 45 minutes of England's tournament so far, and unquestionably their best. Got off to a bad start with Simons giving the Dutch the lead on 7 minutes, but the VAR suggested the referee had a look at his monitor. Penalty to England followed 10 minutes later. Harry Kane dispatched it. England with everything but the lead here in Dortmund. Half time, 1-1. England have made a change, but so too have the Dutch. Shaw on for Kieran Trippier. He got 45 minutes against the Swiss, and he's going to get at least 45 minutes here, Luke Shaw. The Dutch have brought Wout Weghorst on for Donjan Malen. Weghorst, the Burnley striker, all 6'6" of him. 3 of his 4 goals at major tournaments have been as a substitute. And Weghorst is on, so they'll be serving it inside the penalty area where they can. We're back underway. The Dutch in all orange, England white shirts and dark blue shorts, and England are kicking from right to left towards what is more of the yellow wall near the orange wall here at Dortmund tonight. Verbruggen playing it out of the penalty area for the bearded De Vrij. De Vrij getting it forward towards halfway. It's Simons that came to meet it, and a first touch for Luke Shaw, followed by a second laying it back for John Stones. I think one area where the Dutch have got to improve, Stuart, in the second half is their ability without the ball in midfield. As Weghorst has just given a little welcome to John Stones, a size of the indication of the physical battle that is going to be to come. He's just put him on the deck, slightly late off the ball. A cheap shot from Weghorst. It will be a free kick which will be taken by him.
Yeah, as you say, they've not been particularly good at dealing with the ball. They've been on the back foot, they've had to defend a lot and had long spells without the ball. I think England bringing Shaw on, hopefully he'll give us a little bit of punch on this left-hand side. It's light on bodies here, both in England players and Dutch players on the left. But we've got to make sure Bellingham and Shaw have impact here, akin to Mainu and Foden on the other side.
Mainu plays the ball forward, it's hit Veerman, and goes out for a throw that will be taken on the England right-hand side. England lining up Pickford in goal, Walker, Stones and Gahey, Saka, Mainu, Rice and now Shaw, Bellingham and Foden, and goal scorer Harry Kane. And the Dutch got Verbruggen in goal, Dumfries, De Vrij, Van Dijk and Ake. 3 in midfield of Schouten, Veerman and Reinders. Weghorst going through the middle, Gakpo out towards the left and Simons out towards the right, but playing slightly lopsided because Simons doesn't hold his width like Gakpo does. Ball is worked down the England left-hand side. Bellingham and De Vrij has won that battle. He's got his body in the way. There is an appreciative arm round the shoulders from Bellingham towards De Vrij. A little contact between the pair of them in running, but perfectly legitimate. Bellingham acknowledged that's a goal kick that will be taken by the Dutch, and actually by Virgil van Dijk on the edge of his 6-yard box. 2.5 minutes into the second half here on TalkSport. England making it through to successive semis in the Euros for the first time ever when they win the semi-final of the Asia tournament for the third time in their history, and the second in the space of 3 years. The early omens are promising. England the better side. What we've got to show for it is the fact that they've come back to restore the status quo, having conceded that early goal. Stones in possession for England, back for Gahey again, and play forward towards Declan Rice. Rice is 15 yards inside his own half, working it square. An opportunity for Stones to bring it forward. Weghorst comes and puts a little bit of pressure on. He can work it out towards Walker, and England swiftly with a throw over on that far touchline, which Walker himself will look to take. Night pretty much fallen now here in Dortmund in northwestern Germany. It's a long throw he's taken. Saka hooks his right foot around the throw as he got to the byline, was able to pull it back. No England player could get that. The Dutch looking to counter-attack quickly, and Shaw, mindful of that, just stuck his hand out to stop Simons and has given a free kick away on halfway. 1-1 on TalkSport.
Yeah, you mentioned there Declan Rice picking the ball up. I think he could be one that comes and overloads this left-hand side slightly. When the ball goes into Shaw, can he come to the left-hand side, support it with Bellingham and start to exploit this area of the pitch?
De Vrij in possession. It's inside his own half. Play forward to Xavi Simons. Back for De Vrij again. Now Schouten. Work down the right-hand touchline by the Dutch, but England winning the second ball back. Bellingham to Shaw. He then goes straight back up the touchline towards Gahey. Now down towards Rice, and Rice has won a throw. It's one of the best attempts of Denzel Dumfries to flick it off him. Just put it straight out of play. Phil Foden's had one cleared off the line, and he's hit the post. It's been a header come back off the bar at the other end from Denzel Dumfries. Pulsating, enthralling first 45 minutes. Second half just taking a little bit of time to get going and to establish any kind of discernible rhythm. Still England that are dominant in possession. So the England fans that are in the finer and louder voice. Stones. Laying the ball to his left for Gahey, who will be able to motor forward towards halfway. He's got a white sweatband around his right wrist. England not just finding the tempo in the second half that they did in the first. They'll try and get Shaw forward onto the end of the long ball, but Dumfries heads away on the edge of his own penalty area. Rice is in there, winning it back from Simons, and then it's helped forward by Mainoo, but Foden's come back from an offside position. And it's a free kick that the Dutch will take 10 yards outside their box. It's Stuart Pearce.
Yeah, we've got to make sure we keep the build-up at the back nice and quick and sharp. It's Weghorst up front now. He's not a dynamic athlete. Once you play it past him, I think he's done. He's out of the game. So we've got to make sure we feed that ball into midfield, get turned, and start exposing their midfield.
There's a watch-along going on right now on the YouTube channel, TalkSport's YouTube channel. Subscribe to that. Jason Cundy and Jamie O'Hara kicking every ball. Here we've got live commentary, we've got all the reaction to come, and then of course at full-time the sports bar, or after full-time the sports bar, taking your calls, getting your reaction to hopefully England being in a major final again. Stones has done really well to, off balance, win possession back from Weghorst, and now Shaw can turn, and he will work it forth on Declan Rice. 6.5 gone in the second half here on TalkSport. Kyle Walker able to bring the ball forward right in front of the big sign on the far touchline that says Dortmund in white letters on the green background. Venue of an epic semi-final back in the 2006 World Cup, where Italy scored 2 goals in the last 2 minutes of extra time to win that, knocked Germany out. This one promising to be every bit as good. Rice to Gahey. Kyle Walker. 7 gone in the second half at 1-1. At this stage of the first half, England conceded. Ball is over on the England right-hand side with Saka. England struggling to find a way through with the relative ease that they did in the first half. Bellingham's got it now, picking up a pocket of space on the left-hand side, continuing his run as he plays the ball to Foden. Shaw whips it in, hits Dumfries, and goes out of play for a throw that will be taken on the England left-hand side. Shaw in a hurry to take that, lays it back for Rice. Rice on halfway. Having a turn on the ball into his stride. Get it forward towards Foden. Back for Rice again. And now Phil Foden taking it on. I think the first half is a night that Kobbie Mainoo has really come of age in an international shirt. Phil Foden, likewise, really producing one of his best performances to date in the Three Lions. Nothing to show for it as yet. A couple of very near misses. Rice trying to pull Reinders back as the Dutch are looking to break very quickly on the counter-attack. He couldn't do so. Ref might caution him for that. The next break in play. Reinders getting it back out between Simons and Dumfries and putting it straight out of play for a throw. England off the hook, and Felix Farr, the referee, has a word with Declan Rice from 10 yards away. Nothing more than that, and England will restart with a throw.
Yeah, I've got to say, I'd like a little bit more from Declan. You know, when you say, what can he do better in games? When he receives the ball here, he needs to evoke a sort of chain reaction by driving at somebody, committing a midfield player, and either dipping past them or playing a little pass that bisects them and takes them out of the game. At the moment, a little too safe.
Shaw playing for great control by Bellingham. Koeman thought it was with his arm. And the referee says no, it was legitimate with the shoulder. And England are allowed to bring the ball forward, and it's not quite kept in by Mainoo as he just tried to burst very quickly down the left-hand touchline. Let's go back pitch side, speak to our England correspondent Faye Carruthers. Faye, you've got the Dutch fans behind you from here. They look really nervous.
And they do, very nervous and very, very quiet. You can hear the England fans down the far end. They're far louder despite the fact that the Dutch outnumber them.
Not too much to shout about at the moment from a Dutch perspective, but still a long way to go. 35 minutes of normal time remaining. Lindsay Dumfries in possession. Plays it back for De Vrij. He's on the edge of his own penalty area. From him to Bart Verbruggen. Foreign Dutch starting lineup tonight who plays club football currently in the Premier League. He played just a fraction over half of Brighton's Premier League games over the course of this season, with Jason Steele playing the rest. Verbruggen bringing towards the edge of the box, now driving it right-footed towards halfway, over halfway. Shaw, though, got his body in the way, headed it away from Dumfries. That is a battle that could be absolutely pivotal from an England perspective. Shaw against Dumfries. Shaw's been winning the instalments of it since he's come on at half-time for Trippier. And the latest one sees the ball go out and play for a throw that the Manchester United man takes, and he's worked it back for Mark Gahey.
Oh, the good thing about Dumfries is he's been pinned back. He's hardly got in the opposition half, and he could be a potential threat going forward.
Okay. He's just hurt himself, maybe, as he's played the ball across the edge of his own penalty area. He's bending down right now, feeling his left foot and his ankle. He's okay, he's able to continue. Beckhorst dropping deep, has linked up the play well. Simons working forward, Shaw volleys it away and finds John Stones. And Stones will go back for Walker. The possession in this second half slightly more in the Netherlands' favour than it was in the first, but it's still England that are dominating. The overall match stats now 64 in England's favour, 65-35 at half-time. Bellingham square to Declan Rice. Rice on halfway, in towards Kobbie Mainoo inside the centre circle. Back for Jude Bellingham again. Bellingham down the left-hand touchline for Luke Shaw. Two of them just for a moment weren't too sure who was going to be taking control of that, but it was Shaw who maintained possession. Mainoo works it back through the centre of midfield towards Declan Rice. He's trying to draw Beckhorst towards him. He's laid it back for Foden here. But England aren't able to play with that same purpose and tempo that they did before the break.
No. For me, Rice and probably Mainu slightly in this equation have got to go and commit a midfield player, because if they don't, we're not going to get the ball into the likes of Foden, and Foden's the one that has been starved of the ball in this second half, Jim, you know, and that's why he's ended up coming deep to get a taste of it.
Shaw on halfway, back towards Gay. Is that because England have lost their way, or is that because of a tactical change that Koeman has made, I wonder? As Walker brings the ball forward and it hits Ake, will bounce back out towards the far touchline.
Well, they're more acutely aware of the likes of Foden, I understand that, but he's still got the ability to get on. But what you've got to do is have a chain of events that when Declan picks it up or someone picks it up, you've got to go and commit a midfield player.
Kane's got the ball. Looks down towards Walker. England still waiting for their first real sight of goal in this second period, having had 7 in the first. Far and away their most productive 45 minutes of the tournament so far. Walker getting it forward here for Kane. Kane, De Vrij was there with him, and he stopped him being able to turn or flick it towards Foden inside the box. That was better, more incisive, just didn't quite come off. The ball has gone out of play for an England throw that the referee has asked Kyle Walker to take about 5-6 yards further adrift than where he originally intended. Ball very quickly worked for the England right now towards this near side, the left. Luke Shaw in possession. Goes back inside his own half of Mark Gahey. Ball from Gahey towards Foden. Foden taking it on the turn down towards Bellingham and then continuing his run forward. Bellingham working it back. Kane taking it on, trying to get away from the challenge of Wim on no foul by the Dutch substitute. Won it cleanly. Ball is laid back to his goalkeeper Verbruggen, and it's going to be able to clear, get it over halfway. It's come off Dumfries and goes out for a throw. He was claiming he was pushed by Gahey, but assistant referee near side was unmoved. To Luke Shaw on the left. TalkSport breakfast tomorrow morning. All of the reaction to semi-final night, which England still in a position that has a very good chance it'll be a victorious one. Alan Brazil, Gabby Agbonlahor, and Ashley Young, who is also part of our commentary team earlier in the tournament for the game against Slovakia. And she's joining the boys tomorrow morning as well on TalkSport from 6. We played an hour, it's 1-1.
If you drew a line across our team on the build-up there, because it's slow now, everyone in our midfield is coming back beyond the Dutch midfield, and that's just not good enough at the moment. What we've got to do is commit the Dutch midfield by players playing beyond them, stand beyond them, but one of the defenders has got to go and plough past or commit somebody.
Stones fires it out towards Foden, who couldn't control it, and it's gone out of play for a throw that Ake will take. England in danger just of losing their way potentially. Now Cody Gakpo will bring it forward, and he will run at the opposition defence, and he's done well to work it across towards Denzel Dumfries, bottom right hand corner of the penalty area. Dumfries, Fairmont sending it in, it's a poor cross, and Pickford will watch it out for a goal kick away to our right hand side. But whereas all the tempo was with England in the first period, it's been with the Dutch when they've had possession in the second half. As we saw there with Cody Gakpo, they've been the more direct and more dynamic side.
Yeah, they have. And as I say, Weghorst has played a decent part in that. I've got to say he's played quite well when he's had the opportunity to do so. But at this moment, the build-up's become a little bit slow and pedestrian, and the midfield players in Foden have got to come back beyond their midfield to get a touch of the ball. We want him to get it further up the pitch.
Foden plays the ball back towards John Stones. To Walker. He's 5 yards inside his own half. The ball again just comes to a standstill for a moment. Good movement off the ball though from Declan Rice, who came to receive it. Rice looking to be able to play a progressive ball forward. Hit it ahead of square towards Mark Gahey. Gahey coming out towards the left-hand touchline from centre half. Foden plays a 1-2 with Bellingham. Foden can turn on the edge of the penalty area. England trying to get bodies forward into the box. Mainu is there. Kane and Saka there as well. Rice, the man that's played in. Down it comes towards Luke Shaw. Shaw into the feet of Rice again. Still level with the edge of the Dutch penalty area. Now it comes out towards Foden. Foden losing the ball, and England winning it back straight away with Declan Rice. But The referee has said that there was a foul by Foden as he initially tried to recover it, and the two just talk it over. But clearly the decision isn't going to change. It's a free kick that the Dutch will take just outside their own box. 62 minutes gone. The Westfalenstadion in Dortmund, and it's one apiece.
Yeah, the half-time whistle come at the wrong time for us. I think this break's not helped us at all, and at the moment there's a little bit of frustration in our play. We're not playing it quick enough. Southgate has just come to the technical area and just told John Stones, move it quicker.
Simons playing the ball forward. It was kind of gravitating between a 3 and a 4 in the first half. It's very definitely a 4 now for England. Shaw for Trippier, not a change that has had the hoped for improvement down the left-hand side. Trippier did all right on that first 45 minutes, although wasn't quite as high up the field as certainly Jordan Pickford wanted him to be. Pickford's got the ball at his feet now. Side foots it out from the back towards Declan Rice. Rice coming in off the left-hand touchline, laying it back full. Gahey has just chipped it straight out of play. And for all the fact that we mentioned in the first half, Stuart, that England were coming to the ball at just the right time in this tournament, the kettle's off again at the moment.
Yeah, it certainly is. As I say, we stepped into a bit of lethargy with our play, and we're playing to a tempo that's suiting the Dutch at the moment, and that's not good for us. They'll be absolutely delighted with this.
The opening 18 minutes of the second half, whilst not belonging to the Dutch, they haven't really done anything. What they have been able to do to work themselves back into the game and negate the England advantage that was building up in terms of the pattern of play before half-time. They've now got a free kick that Veerman's going to take about 7 or 8 yards in from the right-hand touchline and 20 outside the England penalty area. And the Dutch get everybody forward. And now the Weghorst is on the field. These attacking Dutch set pieces could be a menace for England. The Vrij is in there as well. So too Virgil van Dijk. Van Dijk doing a good impression of the Dutch windmill at the moment, just moving his arms, rotating them around, trying to get away from the shackles of Kyle Walker, the pair of them just being spoken to. Hoping that he can get the delivery right here. It's 1-1, 19 minutes gone in the second half. Veerman sending it into a really dangerous area, and it's a brilliant save from the diving Pickford to tip it away to his left. It bounced near the penalty spot. Ake, I think the player that got something on it, to come off his knee, and Pickford diving to his left, punches it away. But not just that, punches it clear of the onrushing orange shirts, and he stays at 1-1. Van Dijk and Ake both in there at the far post. Pickford making a stunning stop. It's a corner to the Dutch, a right-footed away swinger headed over the bar by Dumfries. A let-off to an extent for England, but good goalkeeper.
It is, and England are sort of playing the penalty for this lethargy in the second half a little bit. They needed to pick up exactly where they finished off in the first half. Just looking at the replay again, it was Van Dijk who got something on it. Comfortable save for Pickford, but he had to react quickly.
Pickford to take a goal kick then for England as we approach the midway stage of the second half. There's room for improvement again. Pickford playing it forward. Kane coming to meet it with the Vrij. Awkward bounce. Foden chasing after that. Verbruggen coming out and swimming it away on the half volley. Over the halfway line. Weghorst uses his body unfairly, fouling Stones as the pair of them were waiting for the ball to drop. And England get a free kick of their own. It's a little bit stop-start at the moment. That doesn't suit England.
No, it certainly don't. England have proved already they can play at a tempo and at a pace, man for man, are better than this Netherlands side. And we need to do that. We need to return to that. If you play at a slow tempo, shoots them down to the ground.
A little bit of action. Away to our left-hand side. England have got players out warming up. You see Anthony Gordon down there, Jared Bowen there as well, amongst many others, Colin Gallagher, and Eze and Palmer and Tony have also been out warming up. Declan Rice from a free kick, able to turn and run forward into Dutch territory. Bellingham laying it back for Kobbie Mainoo. Mainoo clips it out towards the England right-hand side for Bukayo Saka. Saka hasn't been able to find a way past Ake in this second half so far. Saka gets it again, works it in field. Foden slightly off balance, tries to tease the ball forward towards Harry Kane. England win it back well with John Stones. Now it goes out towards the Dutch left again. And Cody Gakpo's gone. Gakpo coming in off the left flank back for Ake. Ake to Reinders. Reinders to Jelle Schouten. Schouten will go back to Stefan de Vrij. Dutch able to pass their way into England territory, but not pass their way past any of the England players at the moment. 67 gone, 1-1. Extra time on the agenda, of course. Penalties if necessary too. Denzel Dumfries. 2 yards in from the Dutch right. Back to De Vrij. Schouten, the blonde-haired Dutch midfielder, finding Nathan Ake. Ake coming forward towards the edge of the penalty area. Chance to fire a deep ball in towards Weghorst, and Pickford again has to come out and try and make the most of it. Got hands behind it, helps it away for a corner, which I don't think was his intention. It was a swirling ball, but he saw Dumfries coming in out of his peripheral vision and just elected to punch rather than catch at the last moment. Good goalkeeping, steers it away to the Dutch third corner of the night.
Yeah, I'm just wondering whether Gareth is going through his mind at the moment to make a change, and Palmer is the obvious choice to get on the front foot. He's shown really good impact, and if you ask me the next question, who would I take off for him, it would probably be Bellingham at this stage.
So Palmer for Bellingham, the change that Stuart Pearce would make. Would you keep Harry Kane on there for now?
I think I would, to be fair. We need a focal point up there.
In comes the Dutch corner, the latest of them is a header towards goal, but Whistler gone. Ake's header saved by Pickford, but the free kick has been given England's way anyway. The referee just indicating where the infringement took place. Stones will spot the ball down and will take the free kick. So just over 20 minutes to go in normal time.
The other alternative you've got, maybe making that change and dropping Bellingham back a little bit and bringing Rice off. I think one of those two might be the option if you're going after the game a little bit. At the moment we're okay, no panic, but the Dutch are coming into this because we're showing slow momentum.
The Rice rather than Maynard, if you were making that change.
I think so.
Here's Stones towards the edge of the centre circle, looking for the long ball over the top. Bellingham making the run. Schouten down there with him. And who's got the last touch there? It was probably neither of them in the end, just the weight on the ball forward over the top, and it's gone out of play for a goal kick. England actually haven't had a single corner yet, and we're in the 70-minute mark. Well, they have lost their way in this second period. They haven't had a single attempt. Too many undue alarms at the other end, but there's certainly the way that we were feeling half an hour or so ago, the optimism there has just abated a little as the Dutch beginning to find their voice now, but it's been given away in the midfield by Schouten, and Rice, in trying to chip one forward, has just put far too much underneath that and missed Harry Kane. Ball in the feet was what was required, although it's very easy.
I'm thinking you've got to, that's the situation, Jim, where you've got to drive with the ball and commit a defender, then play a pass or skip past the defender.
And that goes out towards the front. Forward towards Simons, who's dropped that a little bit deeper. Wearing 7, the PSG player. Now towards De Vrij. Reinders over the halfway line, and Fries making a good run down the Dutch right-hand touchline. Simons that picks up the ball and will drive towards the edge of the penalty area. Reinders making a run past him. England still unable to get it away. Reinders can take over just for a moment. The Milan man back to Schouten. Now Reinders again. Reinders just behind square, and another ball that goes backwards. And then it's worked out towards the Dutch left-hand side by Veerman for Ake. England is struggling to get a kick at the moment. Bellingham sliding in, he's gone in over the top. It's going to be a yellow card. Jude Bellingham, the man caution. And his frustration just got the better of him there. It was a loose-ish ball towards Stefan de Vrij, and Bellingham's eyes lit up because he believed that he had the opportunity to try and win it cleanly, but he got there late. And it's a yellow card for Bellingham.
Yeah, I think both players have ended up going to ground. You're right. De Vrij has got contact on the ball before Bellingham. I don't think he slid in. I don't think he's put his feet up in any way, shape or form. If he would have done it, it would have been red.
So a yellow card, first shown to an England player, Denzel Dumfries in the book for the Dutch, and he's on the ball now. We've got 18 minutes to go. Dumfries back for the fly, Van Dijk. Going through the centre circle to find Nathan Ake. Ake working it out towards the left foot. Vim. And it is really properly tense now. Mainoo's foul. And a free kick to England 15 yards inside their own half. England getting the bodies forward. Saka making a whopping run over the halfway line, but there's just no urgency from England to restart play. They're not doing anything to try and stretch the Dutch back line, and it's like England have reverted to their default position that we've seen so many times during the tournament, Stu, which, as has been well documented, hasn't been good enough. First half, brilliant. Second half, a little bit lacklustre. And England now have a player down over on the far touchline. Plays allowed to continue, though, at the moment. As Shaw plays it in towards Rice. Goes from Gahey. Foden is back on his feet, having been caught, but he's far from happy. He's got his hands outstretched, bellowing at the referee. He's back in possession now. And dismissively throws an arm across his body as he plays the ball to his left-hand side for John Stones. Stones for Gahey. And he's come into Dutch territory to feed Jude Bellingham. Bellingham to Walker. Walker out towards the England right-hand side for Bukayo Saka trying to take on Nathan Ake, just stood his ground. Didn't let Saka go past him. It's gone down holding his face, Bukayo Saka, but it will be a goal kick.
Yeah, we've got a situation at the moment where we've dropped down such a tempo that the Netherlands are more than happy in the game at the moment. We're not putting any pressure on them at their back line. The movement's not been good enough, and the only way I think we're going to change that is from the bench and get some dynamic contributions from the likes of potentially Palmer, who's shown that in the past.
Well, Gordon is back out warming up, and Palmer comes out to join him. Weghorst, was he fouled? Walker with a brilliant challenge. There's no foul on Weghorst, but they work the ball out towards the left, and Gakpo's coming forward, and Walker had to go up through the gears really quickly. Long ball played out really smartly from Jordan Pickford, but Bellingham hasn't been able to keep it in 80 yards upfield, and it goes out for a throw that'll be taken by the Dutch, and all of a sudden he got really stretched at both ends.
It certainly did, and this for me at the moment is the worry for England, that we're off the pace and all of a sudden we might concede a goal and we've got no reaction time at all, Jim.
England haven't had a shot since the 41st minute. We're now in the 75th. Weghorst doing well to take the ball on his chest. Veerman now towards the Dutch left. We've got a little pocket of Dutch supporters right in front of us wearing their traditional orange suits. They're increasingly animated. They're liking what they're seeing at the moment, urging their countrymen to get forward. Shouting. Right back towards De Vrij. Harry Kane will follow him, put the pressure on towards halfway. Ball goes out towards the Dutch right-hand side again. Only 15 minutes of normal time to go now, and the criticisms that are often made of Gareth Southgate is reluctance to make proactive early substitutions, perhaps going to be levelled at him again. The Fries goes back for Schouten. We were making a change at half-time when they brought Shaw on for Trippier, but that's been it so far. I think they need a little bit of inspiration because it's completely disappeared. Virgil van Dijk inside the centre circle. It's gone to his right-hand side. That's played ball by Schouten. Simons can take the ball on the half-turn and bring it forward. Flicker with his right boot down towards Denzel Dumfries. Dumfries is 10 yards outside the England box but goes back behind square. Veerman will take over. Veerman to Schouten, taking the ball on the half-turn. Down towards Simons again in his yellow boots. Now Weghorst running the ball into feet. But instead of going forwards, Veerman has gone back and worked the ball via Van Dijk and Ake out towards the left-hand side for Cody Gakpo. Gakpo travelling with pace towards the edge of the penalty area. Ake clipping it in, headed away by Declan Rice. It'll bounce once and then a second time. Schouten getting there, Kane chasing after it, and De Vrij hitting a brisk back pass. Verbruggen sweeping up 20 yards outside his own penalty area. It's good defending and good sweeping. And the Dutch will be able to bring it forward again. It's 1-1.
Yeah, it's the fans in orange at the moment that have got their vocal cords in action. They're the ones that are seeing uplift in this game, and they're getting their team on the front foot.
Well, if England don't get the job done, I think we look back at the last 15 minutes of the first half when they were so utterly on top. And just couldn't make the most of the chances that came their way. Foden desperately unlucky to have one cleared off the line and see another rasping effort hit the post. And England are on the back foot. The Dutch clipping it with Veerman out towards Cody Gakpo. On the left, running towards the edge of the penalty area. Right-footed ball in, Weghorst with a little flick header. Right-footed bouncing effort then coming from Simons on the edge of the box. Weghorst didn't get hold of his at all. Simons with a right-footed shot that bounced a couple of times and goes through for Jordan Pickford. And it remains 1-1 with just over 12 minutes of normal time to go here on Talk Sports, Stuart.
Yeah, I feel as though I'm in the passenger seat of a car careering into a car crash at this moment in time. And I've got 11 players in a white shirt alongside me that haven't realised that is the case at present.
Yeah, it's almost like they're still looking in the rear view mirror and can't see what's coming, looking over their shoulder without being able to completely ascertain how this is unfolding. Faye Carruthers, TalkSports England correspondent, has got eyes on the bench, and there is now some movement, Faye.
There certainly is. You wanted proactive changes, and Gareth Southgate is about to make them. Ollie Watkins and Cole Palmer are ready to come on. Let's see who he takes off.
Here's Rice in possession, thank you, Faye. It's going to be a double change that will be made with 79 gone in a moment. England have got to make sure they're still on level terms when the changes are made. Rice gave it away, but then he's won it back, and Bellingham can play it forward here for Shaw. Shaw attacking the penalty area, crosses it in, Van Dijk heads it away. Rice is going to be first to the loose ball. Gakpo comes back to put a little bit of pressure on, but Rice goes to his right for Walker. Walker now. 78 gone at 1-1. It's been one apiece for exactly an hour. Gahey. Shaw in possession on the England left, and Gahey's actually turned it the other way. Watkins bobbing up and down, waiting for his run to be able to come on, and Palmer looking much more static to his right-hand side, waits as well. Ball in for the byline! And the offside flag is up, doesn't count. Bukayo Saka putting the ball into the net. The flag up very early as he was driven in. It will be checked. But I think Saka did go too early, and it will be chalked off, I think. Just having a look at the replay now. It's not Saka actually, it's Walker who's put the ball in from a marginally offside position. It's close, but it's the right decision.
Yeah, it was the right decision. As I said, it was a super ball by Walker. He broke the line, super ball by him, and Saka just run onto it and finished well.
Well, here are the changes. It's Palmer for Foden. And is it going to be Watkins for Kane, or is Kane going to stay out there? No, he is coming off. So Foden and Kane off. Now Watkins and Palmer on. I'm surprised it's still Foden.
I'm astounded, really. I think, I know he'd be loath to take Declan Rice off because of the position he plays and the nullifying any counter-attack for it. I think Jude Bellingham's been certainly... I think this introduction of Palmer would have spurred Foden on, and his performance has been... Well, he's been arguably England's best player up to now, I would say.
So Harry Kane leaves the field, having scored his 15th goal in a major tournament to get England back on level terms. He's replaced by Ollie Watkins, who got 20 minutes in the game against Denmark. And he's getting the last 10 minutes in normal time tonight, but maybe 40-odd minutes of playing time. We'll wait and see. Here's Van Dijk playing the ball back for his goalkeeper, Verbruggen. Verbruggen to Schouten. Murmur of nerves from the Dutch supporters as they thought Schouten was going to get caught in possession on the edge of his own penalty area. Luke Shaw has just caught Simons. The ball goes back for Pickford and play is allowed to continue. Bellingham, certainly this phase of play, I don't know whether it's just this phase of play, is gravitating down towards the left for a moment for England. And are they going to go 4-3-3 for the time that remains with Cole Palmer playing almost as the most advanced of the three, with Rice and Mainu in behind him. Bellingham on the left and Saka on the right. Here's Declan Rice.
Now, if you drew a line across the pitch on our build-up now, we've got Gahey, Stones, Rice and Walker all beyond Weghorst, in the defensive line. You can't need that. You only need two of those players. And that's the total difference between now and the first half.
Stones getting it forward towards Bellingham. Is it just that England are feeling the pressure and don't dare make a mistake. They can't be proactive because they're safety first mentality. There's Jude Bellingham coming deeper. Getting to the stage now where next goal wins. Stones. Ollie Watkins making an early run forward, straight offside. Ball goes instead into the feet of Palmer. Palmer hits it confidently and more than competently down towards the left for Gahey. Shaw now back to Mark Gahey. Gahey getting it into the feet of Ollie Watkins. Watkins trying to turn, but De Vrij steps up to the defensive line and gets it away. And Simons will find Schouten. He turns it through to Reinders. Reinders turning in the midfield. They've been so much better in the second half, that Dutch 3 ball in midfield, than they were in the first period. Possession in the second half still in England's favour, but their advantage not as marked. And they just can't cause any problems at all. And it's worth reiterating. 7 shots in the first 41, none in the 41 minutes that have followed. Virgil van Dijk. Ball towards Schouten. Down towards De Vrij. De Vrij to his right hand side for Simons. Schouten taken over again, working it back through the midfield. Veerman to De Vrij. Declan Rice now putting the pressure on the goalkeeper. Verbruggen wanted a second touch. He just about had time to take one. He works it out towards Virgil van Dijk. Now to be played forward at the left hand side by Reinders. Reinders getting it away from Cole Palmer. 1-1 here on TalkSport. Good ball on the overlap out to the left. Weghorst is waiting in the middle. Referee's played the advantage. He's in towards Wout Weghorst. And England do enough. Some last ditch defending. Ball ends up with Pickford. And Mark Gahey is back on his feet, and again another opportunity, the ball in the hands of Jordan Pickford to get it forward quickly. And it wasn't one that he took. England can now work the ball out towards Luke Shaw. No sparkling invention from the man in white at the moment. 1-1.
It's very flat on the build-up. It's almost walking football at the moment on England's build-up, and you won't cause any team in world football a problem with that. It's a real contrast from that first half performance. It was absolutely magnificent.
So why have they gone off the ball?
Tempo and pace of the game really is the big thing. Players coming back to receive the ball because the tempo's been so slow, so we've not had players in advanced positions.
Dumfries put under pressure, firstly by Shaw, then by Bellingham. It's a brilliant little nutmeg of Denzel Dumfries, and England then get a free kick. Weghorst and Simons again are furious, acting as the defence counsel, and swiftly in the ears of the assistant referee Stefan Loop on this near touchline. It's going to be an England free kick.
Well, it's symptomatic really. We get a free kick, the Dutch players all go to the fourth official and berate him, and instead of us getting the ball and taking a quick one and playing quickly, we wait for them to get back in slot again.
Stones to Mainu. Mainu taking on the half turn towards Luke Shaw. Declan Rice is there on the edge of the penalty area, and Mainu has caught his man, has lost possession, and the Dutch will bring it forward quickly. Simons out towards Cody Gakpo. This is dangerous. Ake making the run forward. Palmer has come across with Bukayo Saka. Between them, they've been able to stop the run of Cody Gakpo. There's just a little slight push initially from Saka, and he pushed Gakpo into Palmer. It's a free kick which will be taken by the Dutch almost within range in a shooting position. A yellow card for Bukayo Saka, and a free kick 12 or 13 yards outside the penalty area.
Well, if this result goes against us, Jim, I think it's gone against us because we've contributed rather than a Netherlands side that have outplayed us.
Dutch fans on their feet. Slow hand clap starts. Just trying to build a little bit of momentum late in the game. So good from set pieces, and they got a big one now. 4 to go. Ball flicked inside the area. Van Dijk going up for it. It's beaten everyone. Goes out of play for a goal kick. There was a clash on the edge of the penalty area involving Nathan Ake and Kyle Walker, and the referee has given the free kick to England, and he's also produced a yellow card, I think probably for dissent rather than the challenge. It's Virgil van Dijk who is shuntering as he walks away having been booked. Free kick to England inside their own penalty area. 3 minutes of normal time to go. Now England looking at this, that they've had 2 successes in extra time, one against Slovakia, one against the Swiss on penalties, and that will do.
Well, I'm not sure what the mentality will be, but at this moment in time, if anyone looks more likely to score, it's the Netherlands.
For bowling the ball out, John Stones can bring it forward. England supreme in the first 45 minutes and anything but in the second. It's been a performance since half-time much more reminiscent of that we've seen over the course of the last month. First half an outlier rather than indicating how things were going to go from here. Still plenty of time. It is still 1-1. The most significant moment of the night lies ahead of us. Bukayo Saka coming off the right flank for England. Goal for England now. They'd be pretty much there. It's a great ball from Saka. Brought down by Shaw. Left-hand side of the area. Fizzes it across. It's going to find Palmer. Left-footed over the bar. England's first shot for 3/4 of an hour at the end of their best move of this second half. But Cole Palmer couldn't hit the target, and it stays 1-1.
No, he's just taken the wrong technique. Once again, he's done brilliant. He's come inside and he's laced it. The technique needed is just a little curler, fade it into the far corner. He's certainly got the ability to do so. And that might well be the last opportunity England get in this 90 minutes.
Right, he cut across it and sliced it way wide. 90 seconds of the 90 minutes to go. Parker Bruggen taking the goal kick. Declan Rice is trying to stand his ground under a little bit of pressure from Wout Weghorst, and the referee is given a free kick. Foul by Gakpo on Guéhi. Did he get a little bit lucky there, the England man?
It's a ridiculous decision. Never a foul in a million years, to be honest with you.
And a free kick will take it. Just outside the penalty area. Jordan Pickford in consultation with his teammates. Plays it forward for Declan Rice. The Stones and out to Walker.
See, we've near enough, I understand the clock at this moment in time. We've got 5-6 players all in a defensive mode in our own half, and to be fair, you can't break the opposition down like that.
Walker getting it forward for Cole Palmer. Palmer with Reinders snapping at his heels. Forced to hit it hurriedly back for Walker. Weghorst is going to chase the ball that's gone back for Pickford. Pickford takes the touch and works it out towards Guéhi. Four from Mark Guéhi. Luke Shaw ahead of him, but then almost panic-stricken. He just made sure that he kept his composure and goes back for Jordan Pickford again. There's only going to be 2 minutes of time added on, I understand, at the end of the 90 minutes. So we're only 10 seconds away right now. Goal for England now. And in 3 minutes' time, they might be in the final. Here's Cole Palmer. Watkins making a good run forward here. And he slipped him inside the penalty area. And he's hit it. Oh! Has he hit it? He's just won it. Ollie Watkins has just scored the goal that surely takes England into the final of the European Championships. It's the biggest moment of his life. And the Devonian has come up trumps with a quite magnificent shot on the turn. Palmer with the pass, Watkins with the finish, and England surely with the victory. That is out of nothing, because England's second half performance has been so lackluster, but it only takes a moment, and Ollie Watkins has provided it, and England are 90 seconds away from only the third major final in their history.
Well, England now have got to recover their composure, the euphoria, get the shape, get back organised, make sure we nullify any attack. I've got to say, what a brilliant finish by him. Brilliant movement to receive in the box. He's turned onto his right foot and unloaded one across Van Verbruggen, who had no chance. Where that's come from, I don't know. I'm just pleased it's arrived when it has.
He's hardly had a kick since he's come on. Hardly had a touch, but after the season of his life, he scores the most important goal of his life. Simons in tears, got a yellow card for dissent. England are going to make a change and bring Ezri Konsa on. The Dutch are going to introduce Zirkzee and Brobbey. Conor Gallagher will come on for England as well. I reckon there are 100 seconds left on the clock when play restarts. And the England fans away to our right-hand side, waving their white shirts around their head in a moment of sheer adulation and celebration. First man off, Bukayo Saka. Konsa on for him. Conor Gallagher about to be introduced as well. Before he is, the Dutch will make their changes. Brobbey is on. Zirkzee is on. Simons has come off. So they're just putting all of the forwards that they've got on, hoping to make something happen. England aren't there yet. Not quite there yet. They've got about 90, 100 seconds to withstand. What an extraordinary turnaround. That was simply not coming, that goal. And Ollie Watkins brilliantly taking the pass and firing it across the face of the keeper into the bottom left-hand corner. Changes made with restart. Ball from the kick-off right back to the Dutch goalkeeper. Punt forward. They're just going to throw everybody forward. It's attack against defence for 90 seconds. Rice can bring the ball away. Rice has done well, works into his right-hand side. Poor pass for Palmer. He digs it forward, but passes it straight to Shout. Didn't really have any options. Now the Dutch bring it forward again towards Zirkzee. Gallagher's in there with a strong challenge and gets it away. And it goes out of play for an England throw. And somebody on the England bench gets a yellow card because the ball rolled in there for a Dutch throw and they wouldn't let the ball come back. It delayed the restart. Don't know who that was.
Steve Holland's saying to the team, get up the pitch. If it goes out for a throw-in, you've got to get up. Stop them pumping it forward.
The Dutch launch it towards Zirkzee, the target of Manchester United. England win it back, but it's a poor ball from Palmer. Shouting now through the centre circle towards Zirkzee. Zirkzee right in the first challenge. Shaw comes in. He can't win it back. Nathan Ake's got it for the Dutch. About 40 seconds to go. High ball inside the England penalty area. Peel back at the far post. Weghorst chested down on the edge of his own penalty area by an England player. He can bring it away. And a motor forward Jude Bellingham over the halfway line, and it goes out. We played 4.5 minutes. It's Kieran Trippier, incidentally, that got that yellow card for delaying the restart. 4.5 minutes of stoppage time have gone. Only about 20 seconds to go. And England are on the brink. The first final on foreign soil is seconds away. Felix Meyer, the German referee, checks his watch. England's free kick taken by Shaw. Punted towards the corner flag. De Vrij slices it out of play. It's an England throw. There's no time to take it. For 1966 and 2021, read 2024. The England players race across to Ollie Watkins, who's embraced by the substitutes, by Harry Kane. England in rapturous delight. And at the other end of the scale, Bart Verbruggen, the Dutch goalkeeper, lies on his back on the edge of the 6-yard box in tears. The Dutch on the brink of a major final. They haven't got to the final of this competition since 1988. The better side in the second half, but England have hit them with a sucker punch. Ollie Watkins producing his 4th international goal at the perfect time. England brilliant in the first 45 minutes, rode their luck at times in the second. Certainly the football they produced in the second 45 minutes wasn't worthy of a winning goal like that, but it matters not one jot, because England are in the final of the European Championships again. The second final delivered by Gareth Southgate in the space of 3 years. It will be England-Spain on Sunday in Berlin. They have beaten the Netherlands 2 goals to 1, and sometimes it just doesn't matter how you get the job done.